Josh Levs is at our stimulus desk. Boy, if you had $1 million times many, many more million, you might come up with the amount of money that is in the stimulus bill, and that's why we're spending the week on it. Some big, important news that's just come out.
It's just broken. What I want to do is help you understand, and all of our viewers understand what's just happened, why it suddenly broke. What I want to do is open up this, because the figure you've been hearing us use forever is this, right? $787 billion for the stimulus, the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Well, what we've just been told by the Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office is we're now going to call this $862 billion. So what happened? Where did that money suddenly come from? Why is it suddenly costing so much more? Let's clear that out. I'm going to show you a few of the key reasons that they're saying in a report that has just come out today. First of all, this will not come as a shock. Unemployment is a little higher than they expected. Sure. A lot of the money, a lot of what we were calling the 787, the stimulus, is not for projects. It's for, things like unemployment and some other benefits like that, Social Security. So basically, when you have unemployment suddenly jumping, that's billions of dollars more. Next, this is one of the biggest. I've done some reporting on this. You have too. Way more Americans are on food stamps than we first saw. The food stamps, it's a crisis in America. There are millions and millions of Americans on food stamps. That money is also coming out of this pile. Another thing, and this is sort of a good and a bad, the Build America Bonds initiative is pretty successful. And what that is these bonds that are being sold to help raise money, which are then being used to fund some of this. But bonds are also debt. Bonds are government debt. So with the success of this, more people on food stamps, unemployment being much higher, boom, you're jumping way higher, all the way up to $862 billion already.
I just talked to Jared Bernstein, Chief Economic Advisor to the Vice President. He was not really able to give me a confirmation that they agree with these numbers. But here's the thing. Unemployment is 10% plus right now, okay? It is higher than they expected. The irony is that it's not higher than a lot of people said it was going to be. So for this to catch them off guard, to make that $787 billion into a higher number, which, as you just said, is $862 billion now, is an interesting discussion that the administration is going to have to explain.
It will, and let me add something else as well. We've been saying from the beginning that 787 is the figure that was given, and we'll also remind people that the CBO is what the government uses too. When President Obama says he wants his health care plan to pay for itself, he's waiting for the CBO to say. So people trust the CBO inside the government, and this just came out. But we always knew it was going to go higher because the $787 billion is huge. But keep in mind, we're paying debt on all of this money too. So even right there, you got compounding interest that ultimately costs more. So maybe it'll go past $1 trillion eventually. But what we have now is the CBO's new 10-year prediction saying that it will be saying it'll be 862 instead of 787. So what we're seeing is a huge jump in the government expenditures according to CBO.
That's a 10% jump.
It is.
I mean, we went from 787 to 862. Okay, John.